Hey everyone, this is Chase at Rocky Mountain ATVMC, joined by Mark Finley from Fox Racing. Today we're going to walk you through the new lineup of goggles coming from Fox. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in. So I am joined today with Mark Finley. Mark, thanks for coming out. Mark is the Global Marketing Manager for Fox Racing. And today we just want to go through and show you the family of new goggles from Fox and talk about the differences between them and help you guys ultimately know which one you feel is going to be best for you. We're going to start with the View, which is the premium goggle your top athletes are wearing, and then work our way down from there. So take it away, Mark.
Yeah, that's perfect, Chase. The View was brand new for us in 2018. The cool thing about the View goggle, we worked directly with Ken Roxon. It was when he was coming over from another brand.
Now, I heard Ken Roxon, he's picky with his gear.
He's picky, but Ken really drove our guys in the building to build the best goggle possible. The big thing that Ken was looking for was wide field of vision. He really wanted to make sure we were getting the frame moved back or closer to the rider's face as possible, so you're not seeing these outriggers when you actually have the helmet, or when you have the helmet and the goggle on.
Sure.
So wide field of vision was probably our number one thing we worked on with the View goggle, but also we wanted a quick change system. So we have our own proprietary True Lock system where you're literally able to flip these outriggers out to the side and pull that injection molded polycarbonate lens right out of the goggle. So great premium goggle for us. Been in the range since early 2018 at A1 is when we launched it. It's been an amazing product for us from a premium product perspective.
And Mark, real quick, I just want to kind of clarify for anyone out there watching, explain the benefits of why you'd want an injection molded lens and why you see that in a premium goggle.
Yeah, that's a great point. I actually have one here. We feel like the injection molded polycarbonate lens, which you see here, it's 1.8 millimeters thick. It truly is probably your best defense against pro level roost, or really anybody that's out on a track that's riding behind a 450. You know, Chase, you've been out there. We feel like this is the best option for roost coverage. So the View only comes with that option, with that injection molded polycarbonate lens. And the other cool thing about the View, I mentioned it earlier, is the True Lock system. Really easy to pull the lens in and out of the goggle if you want to change lens colors, but it's also really good for cleaning the goggle as well.
I have a nitpick. You get spoiled when you have an injection molded lens that's quick to release, because once you go to a standard lens, it takes a little bit more work. You get this finger smudges on there. So I've used the View goggle. It is very simple to change out the lens. So I really appreciate that. And also, just one more quick thing to kind of add on to what Mark said is injection mold is also optically correct. So you get that awesome roost protection. But when you take a traditional goggle that just has a straight Lexan lens and then curve it as it goes in the goggle, it's great, but it does kind of distort the vision as you look through it. You're not going to get that with an injection molded lens.
No, I'm so glad you brought that up, Chase, because I did bring a flat Lexan lens here, and that's really what Chase is talking about. You've got this pre-curved, optically correct, and then as you move on to your basic Lexan lens, which is still a good option, you're bending this lens and you're using some of that optical clarity. Yeah.
All right, so we got the View. Triple layer phase foam, absorbs sweat great. Working our way down. What do we got next?
Yeah, so brand new for this season, Chase, we have a brand new Airspace Goggle in our range, which is our mid-tier goggle. Then we have our entry-level goggle, which is our main goggle. So great price point options here. The big things that are updated to the main and the Airspace, we're gonna look at the Airspace first. We took some of that direction that Ken gave us for View, that wide field of vision, and we brought it into the Airspace and the main goggle. The way I like to show that really is where we've taken that frame and we've really pinched that frame down on these edges here. And that's true throughout all three goggles in the range. So really good wide field of vision, also coming into the Airspace and the main. Another big story for us this year with these two new styles, we're sharing the same lens size. So if you have the main or if you have the Airspace, everything's interchangeable. If you need to buy spare parts, if you need tear-offs, it all links back and can work as one unit.
Okay, and then I know with the Airspace that you guys do have a few different options as far as lens options go, right?
Yeah, we do. And before we get to the lens options, I think one thing that's important for us to talk about is the difference between the frame design of the main and the Airspace. So let's talk to that. The big difference you're going to find between the Airspace and the main is an outrigger system on that mid-tier Airspace goggle. And the idea behind the outrigger system is to get a more even, consistent pull from the goggle strap itself. It's a 45 millimeter strap, 45 millimeter width, and you're getting that outrigger system to really give you a nice even pull, great connection to the rider's face. So now as we move into the lens technology, I'm glad you brought that up as well. We've developed a system in the Airspace and the main, which we're calling VLS, Variable Lens System. The cool feature with that is you are able to interchange an injection molded polycarbonate lens and your traditional Lexan flat lens into the exact same frame. This groove that we've created, or the lens groove in the frame itself on these two styles, will accept either one of these lens designs.
So if I'm a consumer and I buy the main goggle, which is going to come standard with a Lexan lens, and I want to at a later point buy the injection molded lens 1.8 millimeter thick like the View, I can take that and put it into the main.
Absolutely.
Okay, but so the main does not come with that, but there are options available for the Airspace where you can get it with an injection molded lens already in it.
That's correct. So the most premier or premium price point that you'll find in the Airspace, it is that higher price point because it will come with that injection molded polycarbonate lens already installed. So we have a couple of styles, a couple of colorways that's an option. But for the most part, this now you can buy the Airspace or the main with that Lexan lens and upgrade to the best roost coverage with that polycarbonate lens.
Now, one thing I want to point out that we haven't talked about yet that I actually think is cool is even on the main, which is their entry level, so you're sub $30 for the main, you're under $60 for the Airspace, and then for the View, you're going to be just over the $100 mark. But even with their main here, you've got triple layer face foam. It's not something that you see too often, so when it comes to sweat management, it's going to do a better job of absorbing more sweat so it doesn't start to drip in your eyes or into the goggle. So kind of cool to see that. And then lastly, I think it's worth pointing out that from the Airspace to the main, that third outrigger post, or that third post for the tear off will be on the goggle strap versus the outrigger.
Yeah, that's a great point. All of your main goggles will come with that third post. Obviously, it allows you to do laminate tear off, stack them, and roll them back up. So all three goggles will feature that third post, completely ready for laminated tear offs.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. That is the new lineup of goggles coming from Fox Racing. Just to recap, you've got the View Premium injection molded lens, quick release system for that lens, super wide peripheral vision. I've ridden in these goggles, guys. They're fantastic with the field of vision you get. Moving on from there, you have the Airspace, which is going to be stepped down in price point, but you're still getting the option to upgrade to an injection molded lens if you do want to. But in any case, triple layer face foam, outriggers, sweet goggle, again, sub $60. And then lastly, if you're looking for just a good goggle that's comfortable, wide peripheral vision, that triple layer face foam, but sub $30, then you go with the main, but like we just talked about, you can upgrade it and get a premium lens in that entry-level goggle. So it's pretty cool you guys have done that.
Yeah, great collection of goggles here. I'd also point out, Chase, as you look at the goggle line, you're going to see a lot of variables also in lens color. So you've got some great spark or mirrored lenses available. So you'll see some price point fluctuations there, but it's a great collection of goggles between clear lenses, gray tinted, all the way up to spark or mirrored lenses in our range.
Whatever look you're going for, they're going to have a lens for you.
Absolutely.
All right, Mark. Well, thanks so much for coming in. There you have it, guys. If you have questions or comments, leave those below. We'll get your questions answered. To pick up your next set of the new Fox goggles, it's very simple. Just click on the link in the description or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. Remember, they're an apparel item, so waiver fit guarantee. If you're not quite happy with the size of fit, send it back in brand new unused condition. We'll give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange. And lastly, if you guys like this lineup of video, we actually did a lot of great other videos with Mark for the roost deflectors and their helmets and their gear. So make sure to give those a watch as well and get subscribed to our YouTube channel. That way you stay up to date. I am Chase. We'll see you on the trails.